Hello and welcome back to another edition of Talking Quack and Smack with TC Duck Club. I'm Skylar Ray.
I'm Jack Peavy.
And I'm Charlie Somerville.
Tonight's going to be a teaser episode telling you about all the wonderful things to come with TC Duck Club. So, with that being said, Jack, where you been lately when all the work's been going on?
I've been at the beach, and then my family from Massachusetts came to town, and we spent time at the lake, and then we've been at it for football, playing some 7-on-7 and getting that rolling.
So there's one thing about old Jack. He ain't afraid to tell you the truth. You know, I mean, he'll tell you the truth. So while me and Charlie's been doing all the leg work and the sweating and the traveling in the country and just trying to put this whole deal together, you've been off recreating
At the beach.
Yeah, he's been at the beach.
Working on my tan.
Look, I'm telling you, whatever Jack has to do to keep his girlfriend happy, he needs to do it because he way outkicked his coverage. He way outkicked his coverage. I mean, it's worse than me. Like, seriously. But all jokes aside, she does a pretty good job putting up with us.
No doubt.
So,
no doubt.
But anyway, what you think about the TC Duck Club waterfowl wagon, son?
That thing is sweet. It's something special for sure. It's gonna be a huge hit, I think.
For those of you that don't know, we have a very, very, very deep-rooted habit. And we travel the country from Alabama to Washington State, literally as far north as you can go in Washington State, all the way down to Southern California, like 7 hours away from Mexico, and then back across. That was this past winter. So I think we drove a grand total of about 37,000 miles during duck season this past year. And one of the toughest human beings on the planet, and I'm not just saying this because he's mine. And matter of fact, I'm going to tell you, who's one of the toughest human beings on the planet?
That is Ryan Ray, for sure, because every time I see him, I like to remind him for it.
Charlie, my little boy has rode from Washington State, literally all the way down the map, and then back to Center, Alabama, and never got out of the middle seat. Never said a word, never complained. I'm telling you,
That's a trooper.
He is the most mentally tough kid that's ever been. Like, I can't tell you. I know every day.
Throw him a couple Skittles and some crackers, cheesy crackers. He's good to go.
Shoot, man, I'm telling you, he's like a goat. He just grazes all day. Like, it doesn't matter what he eats, just as long as he's got something to eat.
Well, you know, it's because he's, he got that drive that he wants to waterfowl hunt. Skylar Ray and
like Ryan is just Ryan is as good a kid as ever been.
Problem is, you're spoiling him. What's going to happen? He's been all over the world hunting. Then you're going to take some real big trips.
That's
old Uncle Charlie's going to have to step in.
That's where you come in. Look, once we get him of age and he gets his own job,
that sweat labor only goes so far.
Man, I'm telling you, he has gotten so spoiled. And I joke with everybody.
But he's a hardworking kid.
He really is.
On that bus out there, he's cleaning, helping, scrapping, and that's.
He did. Like he has no idea he's 11, fixing to be 12. Like he literally thinks he's 27, 35. He thinks he's one of the guys. And it's just one of those things, man. We've got such a good group, and we're kind of getting off topic, but we've been traveling the country in a pickup truck, and we talk about Ryan Ray sitting in the middle seat. It's not a lot more comfortable in the outside seats or the back seats or At one point in time, I thought I'd fell asleep, and as a prank, they'd replace my seat with a concrete block. Man, I'm telling you, that leather seat is comfortable until you sit in it for about 1,000 miles without moving. And man, I'm telling you, there's just not a good way to do it. So a while back, we heard that there may be a bus come up for sale at a local church here in town where I grew up attending, and we were lucky enough to be able to secure the bus and then destroy the bus. We have ripped all the air conditioning out, all the lines, all the copper wires. I mean, we have done a weight reduction, if you will. Took all the seats out of it, and we have put rough cut sawmill lumber on the walls and tin on the ceiling. So we have
Making a real duck wagon.
Yeah, the waterfowl wagon.
The waterfowl.
Yeah, we don't discriminate, Charles.
There you go.
We're trying to kill them. We pull out of the driveway, death and destruction. Next stop.
Yeah, when I was down here a few weeks ago, I saw the start of it, and then I got back down here today, and it's moved. Progress is doing quite a bit.
You know, my wife wasn't real pumped up about it when we come pulling in the subdivision and backed it down at our lake house and started ripping seats out and piling stuff up in the yard, and she really wasn't excited about it when we let the air conditioning lines down in antifreeze and freon and just anything you could think of was hitting the asphalt and just making a huge mess. But now that we've got it kind of starting to put back together, it's looking better. But my wife, she calls it my vacation Bible school project, where the little kids go to vacation Bible school and they learn, carpenters for Christ and learn how to work with their hands, and they have a lesson and you build these little birdhouses. That's what my wife calls it. She calls it the vacation Bible school project. But, she's going to be fine.
Once she gets in it on that trip, she's going to be fired up.
Well, yeah, once you get those couches.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't, like we're trying to make it home.
No.
You know what I mean? And we tried to get my wife to sit in tonight and talk about the bus and all the wonderful possibilities and how it's going to bring us closer together as a group and, make the bus a part of who we are, Like that bus was orphaned and we took it in and made it something nice. But, hopefully we can get her to put her interior design on it and,
Her lady touch.
yeah, and make the bus a home, a mobile home.
It will be.
So what are you going to be doing with that bus this year, Skylar?
Well,
where are you headed with it? Or
we ain't going to tell everybody, and
Okay.
we ain't going to tell everything we know, but what we will do is this. We've got a trip planned to Maine to meet with Eider Pro, and we're going to be at the World Deer Expo in Birmingham, Alabama.
When's that? July?
Charlie, I have no idea. But
Middle of
check it
July.
out, World Deer Expo. We'll have a link posted.
On your
I think-
website just coming up.
Yeah, we've got a new website thanks to Charlie, tcduckclub.com. And all jokes aside, the bus is going to be a little bit everywhere. We're driving it to New Philadelphia, Ohio. We'd like to plug Duckwater Boats. So when you decide to flip that nightlight off, Steve Hoover will build you a boat. But we're going to drive the bus, the church bus, to Ohio on the maiden voyage and get the bus painted camouflage to match the boat. And then we're going to return to TC Duck Club headquarters. Jeff Coates, thinking of you, we are.
And pimp my ride.
Yeah, and then we're going to pimp our ride. Like the old MTV
No, those were awesome.
TV shows.
Pimp my bus.
But we've got a bunch of plans for the bus, and it's going to be a little bit everywhere. Maine, it's going to be Ohio, it's going to be in
Ducks Unlimited show.
Ducks Unlimited show. Who knows? I mean,
Never know where it'll show up.
I'm good with Charlie coming in and jockeying that horse all the way to Oklahoma if he wants to. But like I said, the bus is going to be a staple of the community, if you will, and we can't really tell you everything that's going on, but there will be no mistaking it. It'll be 70 foot of fun, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be the only camouflage charter bus in America. So we're really excited about it. It'll be the most unique.
We're gonna have to make a contest about Pimp My Duck Wagon.
Yeah, but we've got a big waterfowl season coming up. We got some big news.
We got some big stuff coming. Yeah, I'm excited. That's why I've just made another trip back from Alaska because I like these guys
He
so
can't
much.
stay away. He can't stay away.
Burning them frequent flyer miles up on Alaska Air, baby. Just keep flying to
Sweet
Alabama.
home Alabama. He can't stay away. So look, he done got him a trip out here to White's Lake, and he got on a jet ski the other day. Let me tell you, we're gonna poke fun at Captain Charlie. You know, Captain Charlie's quick to tell you about the 40 years of safety. Well, that nearly went to pot last week. Captain Charlie got in the duck water. Him and Miss Helen, his wife, and me and Ryan and Jennifer, we all get in the duck water, and his daughter Stephanie and little Charlie are on the jet ski. And his daughter and granddaughter's just riding right behind us, and Charlie gets up in there in a little river and just kind of decides, hey, I'm Captain Charlie. I don't need to be the first mate. So he gets on the jet ski. And Charlie...
Yeah, but you forget, you took me way back up into some creek on the other side of the lake. I've never been. I was just riding with him.
As far as you can go in Little River.
And I'm just thinking, I know it was a long ride, but, it's no big deal. I can figure this out. And so I started coming out the river by myself, and those guys were screwing around, and I saw a jet ski coming the other way. So I said, well, that must be where the channel is. So I just followed this jet ski where he came from, and I got out in the middle of the lake and looking around, and I said, well, it must be down there. So I just started hauling ass down through there, and I went probably 4 or 5 miles. And all of a sudden, I start seeing grass floating and sticks sticking up, and the lake's getting smaller. And I'm like, something's not quite right here. And so I take her off step, and I look back, and my phone blowing up. Stephanie's trying to call me on his phone, and I'm like, this ain't so good. Anyway, I turned the thing around. I got back out, and I met Skylar in the boat about 10 minutes later. And they said, well, go ahead now, because I don't, I was all good, but he didn't think it was so good.
We get up in Little River, and Miss Helen is sitting in the boat. We'd all been up swimming and letting the kids play in the water and everything. And I look at Charlie, and I said, hey, man, you want to ride the jet ski back? He said, yeah, I want to ride it. So I said, Miss Helen, hop on here with her. So we give them both a life jacket. And she hops on the back, and Charlie's driving. So I just take my phone, because it was already Bluetooth to the jet ski, and I just put it in a waterproof compartment and close it up.
Yeah.
And Charlie just gets on the jet ski, and he's gone. So we pull up, and sure enough, we see Charlie just as we're coming out. Charlie has already followed the river channel out, and we see Charlie take the left towards death. And he hooks that left. And I said, surely he ain't going up in there. And Stephanie said, what's wrong? I said, well, nothing yet. But if he keeps going, let's just hope he's right with the Lord, because they fix to get to meet each other. And she said, well, what are we going to do? I said, we're going to sit here and watch. And she said, can you not call him? I said, no, my phone's in that jet ski. So she starts frantically dialing the phone. And she's calling, no answer, calling, no answer, calling, no answer. She said, what do we do now? I said, sit back and watch. So
he's going to beat us to the scene of the action by 10 minutes.
Charlie is just finally, as far as he can go up in Mud Creek, takes off and comes back. And he's just riding up through there like he's just riding a jet ski in the deep blue ocean. He has no idea he's in a foot of water and stumps and rocks all over the place. Didn't hit nothing, didn't tear nothing up, nothing. If he went in there today, there's no way he doesn't tear the bottom out of that jet ski.
Yeah.
The good Lord was with us, and nothing bad happened, but he said it was good boat driving. I said it was just pure luck. But who knows? I mean,
I'll take luck over skill any day.
That's right.
Yeah.
But we do have some big news coming. June 28th, Charlie's going to be there. We're going to drop it live at Pinecrest Lodge at the TC Duck Club Skeet Shoot. And man, I'm telling you, this is about to eat me alive. I mean, it's about to eat me alive. Jack knows, all the guys at TC Duck Club knows, several people around the country know, because we're going to ask them to help spread the news. But when this hits, it's going to be big.
Yeah.
It's going to be big.
So everybody be out there watching our live feed on June 28th. What time are we gonna do that? Because I'm thinking that we might have to make
I
a
don't know
post
that
in the
we-
morning before the shoe.
I don't know when we're gonna drop it.
We'll post it.
We'll put our heads together and think on it. We're scheming this up as we go. We're flying by the seat of our pants on the drop, but we know it's June 28th. We just don't know what time.
Yeah.
That's like Santa Claus. You don't know what time you're gonna wake up on Christmas morning. You just hope Santa Claus comes. Well, we fixing to drop off something that's gonna be better than Christmas. But when this hits, I really think it's gonna be huge. I think everybody will want to be a part of it, and we want everybody to be a part of it.
100%.
And
Lots of opportunity.
I mean, I think it would rival anything that's ever been done in the waterfowl industry. I think it would rival anything that's been done in the outdoor industry, and that's saying a lot.
Yeah.
But what we're doing, it's been a long time since something rivaled this. I mean,
Without. I mean, this is just privately funded and done between us. It ain't like, national sponsors writing a big check. I mean, we're doing
Right.
this ourselves, and that's the big thing that I'm proud of between TC Duck Club and Aleutian Island Waterfowlers, and a few smaller companies are helping us out. But I mean, we got a big project coming out, and I think it's
and there's been a lot of miles involved in this. How many times you been here now from Alaska, dating back to the first trip?
3 trips, three times from
He can't
Alaska.
stay away. He can't stay away. We're gonna have Charlie in a dang Auburn t-shirt in Alaska. That's my goal. That's my goal. But all jokes aside, we're very excited about it, and it's going to have something to do with hunting. Obviously, it's got something to do with the bus. We're working hard to try to get that done, and we're going to try to incorporate that into a podcast at some point in time between now and the time Charlie's gone. But we got big trips for next week's episode on the podcast too. Yeah, I think we could go ahead and let them in on what's going down the pipe. We haven't even told Jack about this, but we got confirmation today for all of you outdoor enthusiasts that are more fishermen than duck hunter. We've got some pretty special news today. We're going to the Gulf of Mexico,
Gulf of America.
Gulf of America, and we're going down to Orange Beach and go red snapper fishing this weekend. Would you like to partake in that?
No doubt.
So Jack, again, he's like boiled ham. He's ready all the time. But we're going to be going to Orange Beach, and we're going to be filming a podcast offshore in the boat, catching red snapper with some special guests. And we're not going to tell you who the guests are going to be, but they're funny, they're good guys, they're great hunters, and we're really excited about that episode. So that'll be next week's episode. And again, we're going to try to incorporate the bus into a podcast to kind of let you see what it looked like before and what it looked like, what it looks like now, and then what it looks like when it's finished after my wife gets done decorating it. Because she went from being completely against it to now she's wanting to design it.
Yeah, I felt some. She was getting
she's
excited
active.
today, starting to. But as long as you get them nice comfy chairs and there, a nice couch, and don't forget the table because you
Gotta
got to
have a table.
play some cards. You got to play some cards and have a little social time.
No
You
doubt.
can't just ignore each other sitting on the couch, drooling on your buddy next all the time.
And I like to
And a
drive
flat
and
screen
sleep.
TV.
Drive and sleep. But all jokes aside, we're very excited, very blessed to be able to do this. And again, we really appreciate y'all watching. We really appreciate your comments, your feedback. If there's something you want to hear us talk about, or somewhere you want us to film a podcast from, love to do our part to wreck those on there. I mean, we burn diesel fuel like nobody's business. I love to drive. I love to go. So I don't travel near as much as Charlie does. I think he's probably traveled more miles than
It's like,
Santa Claus.
it's like a competition, though.
Yeah. We did. We put 30,000 miles on our truck this winter, doing the shows, seminars, the podcasts, the same circuit. I mean, we were doing the northern circuit, northern east. You were doing the southern and north. So yeah, we put 30,000 miles on our vehicle this winter, and you put 37,000 on yours, and I've got 3 trips from Alaska. So yeah, we're getting after it.
Yeah.
took my truck in for an oil change when we went to the waiter drop, the day or two before we were going to Minnesota for the waiter drop. And I've been to Minnesota and back and New York and back. And I've put 10,000 miles in my truck on my truck in a week. I mean, we have driven that truck. But again, all of the driving and everything will be worth it. Hopefully, when we drop this, and we're very excited. I can't tell you how blessed we are to be able to bring this not only to our friends in our local area, but nationwide, all the way from Alabama to Alaska, and
we got a lot of good people in the industry supporting us.
Absolutely. Plug this guy while we're sitting here. Got to talk to Tony Vandemore today, the guy that filmed To Kill a King with Benelli with Charlie.
That's awesome.
Tony was just as nice as he could be. And again, that's no different than Ramsey Russell and Ida Pro with Rod Merritt and Captain Charlie. And I mean, so many good guys that we've met doing Talking Quack and Smack and Jeff Coates. I mean, the list goes on and on. I mean, I know we're leaving folks out, but a lot of people are no more less important or no more important, but they're just local guys like Will and Ty and Jimbo and Big O and everybody that's been on this podcast. We have a lot of fun doing it, and I think you have a lot of fun doing it.
It's real nice to get different perspectives from different people around the country. You got that southern perspective. I've got the way north perspective. You get some of the Midwestern guys. You get some of the East Coast guys. The big thing is the camaraderie. You just to make friends, and that's like I said. 2-3 years ago, I didn't know Skylar. I didn't know the guys at TC Duck Club. They came up and hunted with us. We got to be friends. We got to see how they were. They saw how we were. Then they invited us down, and now it's just like one more, friendship. It's like good old boys. I can come down here and crash in a spare bedroom whenever I want. He can come to Alaska and crash in a spare bedroom anytime he wants. And
we're fixing to cash that in him.
Yeah, he's gonna. I figured. I knew he's building up points.
We're gonna cash that in. He's talking about them free good flying miles. I'm fixing to use some of them. I'm fixing to use some of them. He gonna look up one day and he say, "Country has come to town." But all jokes aside, I can't tell you how many guys that you see on the Outdoor Channel that have just been so humble and so nice. Ramsey Russell had us down with me and Jack spent the night at his place. Jim Ronquist had us over at his house. Me and Colin rode over and went to Max Curry Wings, went out and ate breakfast with him. Jeff Coates had us over at his place. Again, we've hunted it at ultimately probably one of the most exotic, most adrenaline-packed places on the planet to waterfowl hunt in St. Paul with Charlie and
Brad Arrington
at Mossy Pond. I mean, I can't tell people how nice Mossy Pond is, and if you're ever in the South Georgia area,
well, definitely, I might have to hit it this week, even if we get a day in between.
Look, you don't need a day. You need to go and spend like weeks there, like months there. Like I want to work at Mossy Pond because Brad Arrington's place, it rivals, if not, the service is better than the Sandals Resort. Like, it is unbelievable how much attention to detail Brad Arrington puts into Mossy Pond. Not just the dogs, but right down to the styrofoam cups that you're drinking out of. When you finish that glass of Coke or sweet tea, there is a person standing there, not with a pitcher of Coke or tea or beer or whatever you're drinking. They are standing there and they remember what everybody, Mountain Dew, Pepsi, Dr. Pepper, Coke, whatever everybody's drinking, they are standing there with a brand new styrofoam cup with the Mossy Pond logo on it and set it down and get yours and go. Like I think it would make them upset if you tried to take your trash to the trash can.
Like, if you try to refill your own.
It's the most detail-oriented, cleanest, nicest, most unbelievable family experience that you could possibly wrap your brain around. From Sandals Resort to New
That's-
York City bed and breakfast. I'm talking about, bar none. They've put more effort into making your stay memorable and just it will make a lasting, lifelong impression on what Brad Arrington is doing in South Georgia. I mean, it is unbelievable. It's first class every step of the way. There's not a weed in the flower bed. There's not. I mean, they run air conditioning in South Georgia with these big windows, like these garage doors right here. But they're pumping 60-degree air in with fans going, and they got this, doors just like this one right here that open up, and it's just like it's unbelievable. Like, for instance, and I asked Brad, and I felt bad for doing this, but country me, we've got stacked rock fireplaces like he's got, but now his is on a grand scale. Like I even said it's bigger than Cracker Barrel, and
it is.
and it is. But in his main lodge where we were eating dinner, he had this most picturesque fire built that you've ever seen, and his fire pit is literally like, or fireplace. Indoor fireplace is like as big as this whole wall. It's probably, what would you say, 40 foot wide?
It's huge, yeah.
30, 40 foot wide.
Damn.
And the opening, you could nearly stand up in it, but it draws every ounce of smoke out. Nothing smells like smoke. You know how you can smell burnt wood? And it looked so real, but there was no ashes in the bottom. There's no coals. The wood is setting up on these little metal stands, and it's like there's no ash under it. And I'm like, is that gas log? He said, no, we got gas piped in, but we have people come by and scoop the ashes out of it. I'm like, that's crazy.
Not one fire pit had ashes in it. I mean,
none.
Not one of them. Everyone was spotless.
I mean, it's like they wipe them down with a soapy rag. I mean, there's no smut, there's no dust, I mean, it's unbelievable. And I kind of got off topic, but Brad Arrington deserves all the credit in the world for the business that he's running down there, and it is unbelievable. And if he's spending that much time on his lodge and attention to detail with his clients, he's spending that much attention to detail with his retrievers.
Yeah.
And again, I can't say enough about everybody, and I'm that impressed with literally every operation that we've sat down and talked about.
100%.
And again, dropping the waiters was Sitka nationwide. I mean, how nice were the people at the Sitka store in Minnesota?
They're awesome.
You feel any ground balls in your in the waiters yet?
Not yet. We just we need to do that though for sure.
I'm down. I'm down. Glove out front.
I actually got asked to play in a slow pitch softball, so I need to take some reps.
Well, you
just
definitely
see if I still got it.
You definitely
before I go look bad out there.
Well, we got a big day tomorrow.
We got a big day tomorrow.
Working on that bus. We got a bunch of marketing to do. Videos.
Hopefully, we're going to get everything. Well, let me rephrase that. Hopefully, you and Beth are going to get everything done, because Charlie keeps showing me all these videos and all these mock workups of all these things. He's like, look how many I've got done. And I'm like, Charlie, like, that might as well be in Braille. I'll never understand this. But, Beth and Keith and Charlie are kind of the brains behind the operation. And I'm I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, I've got a house on, I don't even have, my wife's got a house on the lake that she lets me live here, and I invite all my buddies over to do podcasts.
Yeah.
So I ain't really sure where I'm contributing, but I sure do like being here. I sure do like
Sure are having fun.
Yeah, we're having a good time. There's so much room for activities here.
No doubt.
But again, thank you for watching this week's episode. I know it's kind of short, and we're kind of leaving you hanging. But if you don't get anything from this episode, we accept the fact that we want you to come to the skeet shoot at Pinecrest Lodge in Attala, Alabama. Come and hang out with us. If you're not a shotgun marksman, if you don't think that's something that you want to do, come and hang out with us. Caroline's Cafe in Collinsville, Alabama will be providing the food.
We got door prizes. We got
tons of door prizes. That whole gun safe full of door prizes.
Yeah.
I can't wait till they find their forever home. That'll be one less thing my wife has to get on to me about. But again, we've got fishing rods and coolers and firearms and all kinds of stuff. T-shirts, hats, coolers, or you name
Gift
it.
certificates.
Gift certificate. We've got stuff from all over the country, literally from Alabama to Alaska, and we can't wait to drop the news July 28th. So if you don't have anything bigger than that, and I highly doubt you do, I suggest you at the very least, tune in, because you're going to want to be a part of what happens next at TC Duck Club, because we have put a ton of effort into making this year's TC Duck Club
Event.
just, I want to say it so bad I can't stand it, but I'm telling you, it's going to be worth it. June 28th, we're all excited about it. Come by and meet Jim Ronquist and Captain Charlie.
Never know who else is going to show up. We got some invitations out.
We do.
Might
We
be.
do.
Never know who might show up at the shoot. But
We sure do.
I'll be there. I'll be laughing and telling stories, having fun.
I'm going to be inside in the air conditioner until it's my time to shoot. I'm fixing it. Look,
You
I'm
got a
telling
home
you,
for your city.
I'm going to put on for my city.
I'm
But,
going to be sitting in the bus doing
yeah.
videos and promotions.
yeah, we'll keep him on
Marketing.
the computer. But, yeah, because Lord knows I can't do it. But anyway, seriously, June 28th, Pinecrest Lodge in Attala. Please come out, hang out with us. We would love to see everybody there. Again, you can see us at the World Deer Expo in Birmingham, Alabama, and at the Ducks Unlimited Expo in Memphis.
And I will be at the Delta Waterfowl in Oklahoma this summer. So we are covering everything.
We're trying to go here, there, and everywhere and shake babies and kiss hands and all that kind of stuff. I mean, well, you know what I mean. But anyway, seriously, we'd love to see everybody come by the TC Duck Club booth. If nothing else, you can see the best waterfowl mount at the show. Guarantee it. There's nothing going to top the waterfowl
I'm
mount.
excited.
But anyway, we've got something for everybody. See you June 28th. Y'all stay with us. We're going to keep killing them.